What's going on, guys? Fog Entertainment. Fear the Walking Dead, Episode 4, Season 1, big words galore. Let's go. Moving on up. You ready for this, big man?
I thought you were giving a tribute there to Trev's channel.
I was. Trev loved this show. I loved this show.
Well, you didn't even do the back again.
I didn't need to do it back again because it was a one-time only edition of Trev's Chan, or should I say Trevor Chan, just to make it bigger for all you people in the back. But I'll tell you what, I wasn't a fan of this episode. Were you a fan of this episode?
No, I think it was the worst episode of Season 1 so far.
And that doesn't mean it's, it's very good, it's just not great. That means it's...
No, I mean, it was very bad, let's be real.
It wasn't up to my standard, it wasn't up to my caliber.
Now, I've not been enjoying the show so far, but I would say the first 3 episodes were subpar, passable. I'd go as far as saying
they were mediocre, but they got the job done.
I wouldn't say the first 3 were unwatchable. I wouldn't say they were horrible. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying they were bad. Now, they certainly weren't good or great.
This episode wasn't interesting. It was very uncompelling. It was very lackluster. It just offered nothing. It was very stagnant. Nothing was happening, in my opinion. Nothing happened going forward. Chris is on a roof, doing a wee flog. Travis is just being whipped, as he is per usual. He's the man of the people, as Madison says. Well, hold on, what's he supposed to be to the guy in charge?
It's a shame he's not the man of the household.
I know, but Lieutenant Moyers is in charge, right? Would she rather Travis be a dick to this guy and then this guy treat them badly? Not saying the guy's treating them great, but it's good to be on his good side.
I actually I don't mind Travis as a character because morally he seems like he's a decent enough guy, so therefore he gets brownie points or whatever. But I can't really take him serious. The fact that he doesn't wear the pants in his own family. You would just, I mean, if you look at The Walking Dead, you look at Rick and Laurie, it was quite clear that Rick was the man that, he made.
Yeah, and we could talk about him and Madison, but if you literally look at everyone who's in his family, his ex-wife, his son, his stepson, his stepdaughter, out of all of them, I'd say in terms of decision making and like you say, that's the trouser wearing stuff, I'd say he is like the weakest. I'm not saying his opinion ain't valued, because of course he's still, by law, technically, he's the man. But when it comes to actually getting the job done, I feel like everyone else gets the job done more than him.
Now, whether Travis identifies as a man or not, we don't know. But
He identifies as a brown man. And he's pushed to the moon in certain aspects. But anyway, we got Lieutenant Moyers. He comes over for an announcement. Says that we're infection-free for a 6-mile radius, and we've got everyone complaining, right? And what are they complaining about? Obviously, these people have... would they rather be in the middle of the city where there's no rules, it's anarchy, and, there's zombies walking about? Or would they rather this safe zone that they've cordoned off and there is, strict curfews? What do people want?
Yeah, just seem to be bitching for no reason whatsoever.
10 years into the apocalypse, they would lap up this stuff, they would love this stuff, they'd love this stuff, but see, at the same time... I understand, they don't like the control, but it's better than the alternative, right? We see in the next couple of episodes, the detention camps, you're actually sitting in your own house, safe, because the soldiers have made massive walls around the place. Build the wall, as Donnie T said, and that's what Lieutenant Moyers has done.
Straight away in the early goings this episode, you can see the direction they're going in. Oh, US military bad.
And it ain't a Walking Dead problem. See any movie, TV show where there's a virus or, anything like that. They're just pushing the agenda of, the military's bad. They're all bad. All these males that have got guns are all bad. It's a very lame bottom of the cookie jar thing.
Bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel cookie jar. We'll go bottom of the barrel because barrels are bigger than cookie jars. But isn't it? It's in everything. Everything zombie related. It's in there.
It's the same formula done over and over again. Oh, military bad, military bad, military bad. People rise up against the military bad. It's like, you're not giving something else here.
Yeah, and there's never a case of, the military are good upstanding guys defending these places. It's more like, they're in it for own power. They're power hungry. Like, Moyers can talk to Travis about how most of these guys are kids, but in reality, he's just trying to say that to, move Travis to one side and like, see you, mate, get out the back door, son. But we take care of business. But Alicia wanders through the Tran house. Weird name, that, innit? Tran. It's a really weird name. She finds a letter, she reads it, and starts to cry, because guess what? Somebody must be dead. But Travis then is...
Somebody must be dead. It was a suicide note for Susan.
I don't know.
Well, that's not very explanatory, is it?
Well, she's dead. She died in the last episode.
Oh,
Mr.
you said,
Tran's been took away. Who knows where he's away to?
You said someone must be dead.
Yeah, I know, I was joking.
I know, but if Rick died in The Walking Dead, you wouldn't turn around and go, oh, someone might have died that episode. You'd be like, fuck, Rick's just died.
All right,
Rick Grimes is gone.
Well, yeah, Rick Grimes, it's Mrs. Tran.
Sorry.
Susie Sue.
Yeah, maybe Susan Tran's gone, but Stephen Tran's alive.
Exactly.
Maybe it was her gender that committed suicide. Maybe she's born again as a full-fledged male.
No, I know one of the worst things I actually didn't like about this episode. So Travis basically goes to I don't even know what their name is, the Thompson household, I think. And Doug is sitting in the back, and the soldiers can't deal with him. His wife can't deal with him. Even his own kids can't deal with him. So Travis, who barely even knows them, is called in to basically give this guy a pep talk about how it's alright. This grown man who's got a family, how embarrassing is this?
Again, I feel like this is very weak. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and suggest for 1 minute like that I would deal good in the zombie apocalypse, or I would relish it. I'm not saying that whatsoever, but I mean, holy crap, if you've got a family, if you're the man of the house, Jesus Christ, if you've got little kids, how the fuck can you be sitting in the bathroom, afraid to come out? Even if you're afraid, you wouldn't show it. You put a brave fucking face on it. This is embarrassing. I feel like all the men in this show are either the men that are so-called good are portrayed as wimpy, or the men that are strong are like bad military men.
Yeah, there's no in between in this show. Well, in The Walking Dead at the start, you're a lot in between.
And again, I said this theory about The Walking Dead. If you look at it past season 4, if you're white and male, unless you're gay, you're not allowed to be a strong male. Definitely not. You can research this.
I was talking about bad for Doug there, but I think the worst thing of the episode is Nick sneaking in the back door where a patient is being tended to. I believe his name's Hector, and he actually takes out his morphine drip, and puts it into himself.
I think this eventually gets Hector killed as well.
I know. This is and he's making out the medicine. Oh, I'm all right.
I'm clean.
I mean,
this guy fucking literally sneaked in and stole the drip off someone that literally needed it to survive. This junky bastard, man. And
how can anyone like this guy?
And he is supposed to be portrayed as like the main character, the best character. How?
This is scum of the up. I mean, this is like some of the stuff that you've seen in TV shows. This has to be up there with the scummiest.
This is it may as well be murder. Like, I mean.
Yeah, and it's such underhanded tactics. It's not like he's walked up and shot him or they've been in a... I mean, the guy's on his deathbed and he's hoovered his morphine drip off him. Oh, disgusting. But yet, we're sitting here and saying, Nick's probably alright.
This is the lowest of the low, like.
It is, and
this puts Chris above Nick for me.
It does. And that says something.
That wee whiny bastard, like.
And the fact he puts it in his toes, so no one sees the track marks, come on. Imagine who put drugs?
I was going to say I was disappointed in Nick, but I never really had any standards from him anyway. Like, I mean, he was. But yeah, very. It's just like seeing The Walking Dead. I don't care what you say. Like the original Walking Dead show, you look at the male characters, like, and there's people that you can be proud of. Like, you know what I mean? There's maybe not Ed, like, but I mean, there's seeing this. Who's the positive male role model? Where are they? Who are they? Don't exist.
No, they don't. They really don't. I mean, this Doug guy, I mean, he could have potentially been used as that, and he's been made a wimp.
But this just feels like, honestly feels like a feminist wrote this show. You look at Madison, she's like the dominant, like alpha male of the family. Then you look at Elizabeth, she's the nurse, she's the medic, she's the one that's like causing good and helping everybody. She's actually, putting her skills to use. And then out of all the kids, Alicia, is the one that A, doesn't really bitch, and B, is not like a hindrance or a liability.
No, exactly.
So I mean, just like it's like all the women are kind of portrayed as strong in this show, and like all the men that are on the right side of the moral compass are treated like, apart from let's say Daniel.
Yeah, exactly.
But even then, I don't think he's not really a good guy, is he? Like,
no, he's like your typical anti-hero of the group, but again,
but he's not white.
so it's all right. It's all right, damn it. But
Well, that's what it is.
no, I think
No, but no, that's what it is.
no, that's exactly what it
He's
is.
not white, so he's allowed to be a bad guy.
No, no, exactly. No, that's it.
Imagine, what's the difference between what he done in El Salvador or whatever, or El Burrito? What's the difference? What's the difference between that or like a white guy that was in the military? I was in Iraq. I used to have to torture people to get information. Oh, you're a bad man. You're the
El Salvador.
evil military. What's this, Daniel? You were torturing people in El Salvador. What a great guy. Come in, make me a burrito. Get some tortillas in the oven. You know, it's like, what? Come on.
Mrs. Thompson, though, Maria, she shows up, says, guess what, Travis? Doug is missing. Travis like, I'm going to go look for him. I'm going to go look for Doug.
When did Travis become Doug's babysitter?
No, I mean, I can accept the guy being a bit depressed in his house, right? Fair enough. He has a wee episode. But see the fact he's left?
Again, leaving his family. I don't care. Mental illness or not. Like, it's no excuse. If you're a man, you can't walk out in your family.
During a pandemic, a worldwide apocalypse. Oh, man, very weak for this guy, honestly. Madison's...
Well, is that what they're going with?
I think that's what they're going with. He's mentally...
Ill?
Yeah, must not like retarded, even though you could argue it is retarded, but I think he's just playing up really bad depression. Maybe he's not getting his meds, his Prozac, as Tony Soprano would. Maybe he fucking hoovered them on him.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. Tony Soprano's depressed clinically. Even watching the show makes me depressed. But I could not imagine Tony Soprano when his family needed him just abandoning them and walking out
No, exactly.
in a time of need. So for this Doug guy during a zombie apocalypse to literally just like neglect his family and sit on the shitter for 2 days straight without coming out, and then deciding to just leave and take off. I mean, that's this. I mean, that's not. He's not a murderer or anything like that, but it's despicable behaviour. You can't respect that as a man, as the male of the household, as a protector and provider.
And-
How you supposed to like Doug? How you supposed to look? Oh, this Doug character's good. Oh, what, the guy that left the guy that leaves his family behind, the guy that's a hindrance on his family, the guy that is not able to protect his family. How are we supposed to?
And that's exactly what Lieutenant Moyer says. He says he spotted him trying to leave in his car and he was crying. So they took him into custody because they can't have head cases like Doug. That's exactly right.
That's true, but Moyer's probably deemed as a bastard for saying that.
Oh, you're making fun of mental health, Moyers.
I know, but like, why would you want someone like that on the camp that could potentially like open a gate or something, or do something and escape one night and attract infected? Just doesn't make it. I mean,
No, it really doesn't. And due to this, so Madison looks out the window and sees the light. I also told Travis about it, which again, Travis, tell Moyers about the fact he saw a light 12 miles away.
I know what's Moyer's going to do about it.
I mean, he says they already searched that area, but who cares? Then Madison decides, you know what? I'm going to go look for
But
that
see,
light.
at this stage, I think we're supposed to believe that. Alright, well, before we talk about this light in Madison, I think that they're wanting you to feel sympathy for Doug. And I just feel he's pathetic.
Well, I feel like the average viewer watching this will think he's just left his family, hung them out to dry.
That's how I feel about it.
And I think that's how every normal thinking person should think. But guess what? Madison takes matters into her own hands. She leaves the safe zone and like she's walking about. And it is like, I know I'm not saying she ain't the main character because she is, but it's like she's just walking about like just a dog's bollocks.
I know a fade in the military, walking about in daylight, and it's like.
And realistically, she's not really done anything to this point that would suggest it. Like, she's literally breaking all the rules because of some light in the distance that the military said that they've
She
dealt
feels
with.
comfortable to leave her family and leave her safe house to go and investigate some flashing light.
I know, and it's just crawling under the car. The military pass through. I hate it. That's about the episode.
Plus, this car, it was one of those weird cars where there was like it's like the height, the trajectory of the like baseline of the car is very high, so it's like there's a lot of room underneath the car. Therefore, you'd be able to see underneath the car from a distance. So realistically, you would get seen.
No,
The ride height of this, the height of this car was very high, so therefore, if you're walking down the street, you would be from a distance, you would see underneath the car.
like, yeah, no, exactly. But I feel like this entire show is flawed, and so we pointed it so many times during the
But you
episode.
seen the ride height of this car; it was massive.
Yeah, exactly.
Therefore, it's
Well,
going to be
more
very.
suspension.
Therefore, it's going to be very visible.
Yeah.
But logic again just goes out the window here because I'm not saying you can't have some logic, like, but
No, and it's another thing, right? You've got this doctor woman, Dr. Exner, and examines Griselda, says she'll need surgery, blah, blah, blah. But she examines Nick, right? And we just seen him hoover drugs off, ill guy. But she's, like, not even aware that he's on. And surely she should be able to know if his eyes are pinned back or whatever.
I thought she was aware.
I didn't really get that vibe, though.
I think she was kind of aware because she said his temperature's a little bit, and the fact that he was just on the taking that, I believe that's what kind of gave him away. That's what I got from it.
Well, maybe that is maybe that's why I actually get took on later on in the episode.
Well, Madison seems to think that Eliza dumped him in it, like, but
Nah.
I think it was more due to that little scan there. She was like, "Oh,
No, yeah.
this ain't a good reading. You're coming with us."
That's it. But Madison tells Daniel, there's dead people out in the streets and they're not infected. And Daniel's like, the government. Madison, the government are dirty. We don't trust the government. If we don't return, you'll kill the government. But again, he was a corrupt cop in El Salvador, whatever he was, man. It's hypocritical, isn't it? It's like when he looked out the window last episode. Oh, shit. When the military showed up.
Aye.
He's a big dirty bastard.
Like,
that.
it's too late. This episode, we're gonna get saved. My wife saved her leg.
It's not going to happen, but Madison discovers basically because Nick's looking through the drawers trying to find some drugs, and then she goes ballistic at him. Again, I think she should have killed him. Like,
Here's what I want to know: will we ever get one strong white male character on this show that is on the good side, the moral side, that isn't a villain?
I know Wayne
that
Umster
isn't
appears,
an
but
antagonist?
he'll be done. He'll be dirty.
I know, but if you're an old white fragile man,
He'll be getting a seat at the table of the bad guys.
like if you're in a wheelchair, then that doesn't really offer much to me.
No. Unless you're Big Boss, or no, what's the End? That's his name. The End for Metal Gear Solid, but the soldiers arrive at the front door. They're rapping for Griselda. Griselda's getting taken away, but Daniel, he wants to go, and Daniel's not allowed to go. Because guess what?
But Daniel was told he would be able to go.
Exactly. And then Nick is just sitting there absolutely drugged out his melon, few cut marks over his head. So are they taking Nick here because he's physically beat up and therefore they could be scratches, or is it because she realised earlier, he's on the map, we'll take him?
No, I'm pretty sure it's because she realised earlier.
Well, there we go. But they're taken against their will here. And again, we see in later episodes, the neighbours didn't help us when our people got took, so why should we
Plus,
alert
Nick
them?
tried to escape, then he gets like pistol whipped.
No,
Or gun whipped or whatever.
No,
it
he
was.
did. He does. He gets the stock of the weapon in the coupon.
So,
But what do they want? What do they want the neighbours to do here when 10 armed military guys jump into their house and they don't have any guns?
true. I just don't understand why the military handled it so hostile.
True, but I guess at a time like
Don't
this,
know why they didn't just
there
think-
is in fact that one fuck up and one of your
True,
squadron
but-
could get bit.
But it could have just been like, you know what, Daniel's been a change of plan. It's only no visiting hours. But hospitals have that. You can only visit during. Could have just says to him, look, we'll come and collect you tomorrow or something.
What's the problem with actually taking Daniel though? Like, what is the big issue with taking Daniel's Alzar?
I don't know.
If it's all about power and
Do I
control,
compromise their base, maybe?
what with this guy?
Oh.
What's he going to do? Make a burrito for them?
I don't know.
I don't know what Daniel's going to do, but Travis, he goes to the roof, shitebag merchant. He looks at the house in the dead zone, and then here's gunfire. Then we see darkness, and at this point, I'm just actually glad the episode's done.
And at this point, do we ever actually find out what that light is?
I don't think we do.
Spoiler alert, you don't find it in season 1.
No, you don't, but I don't get it. Why are they so concerned about someone in there? Look how big the city is. It's a light. It could be a light swinging back and forth or something. I mean, and I think Alicia says that Chris in the next episode, you can't save everyone, and he has like a go at her, but Travis said he can. Fuck him. How can they actually
then that's the first time he defends his dad, but we're not here talking about the next episode, so...
Exactly, but, Travis bolts to the roof here instead of, trying to discuss things with the soldiers. He could have saved people in his own family. And here he is wanting to save somebody 12 miles away because there's a light.
Eliza decides she's going to voluntarily go with the... Again, the way they've, like, the way they were so hostile here and taking Griselda and Nick, I'm surprised you weren't like, here, you're a nurse, we need you, you're coming.
Plot purposes, though, isn't it?
Like, they might make her look good, so she needs to voluntarily go.
Aye, she's a saviour.
Yeah, and then Travis goes to the rooftop. You'd think a guy would have more important things to deal with. The fact is, his son-in-law's just been taken, his ex-wife's just left, and the guy who he is like 3-1 up on him, wife's just been took as well. Because keep in mind, both of these guys are keeping score. So
no, but that's the thing about fear. Right, I know people put Morgan in, right? But see, in terms of actual characters, who is getting into like the Walking Dead top 25 characters?
Well, first of all, Morgan must be the most overrated character of all time.
Yes, but people will put.
Well, maybe not all time, but he's overrated.
Yep. But people, who in this cast of season 1 striking you as like they're an A-star player? I don't. I mean, there's no one who can scrape my B.
I was going to say that.
They're all just like the actors. Like none of them are. I'm not saying you need to be a big time actor.
Didn't like Kim Dickens in Sons of Anarchy. I don't like her in this.
Like Travis, the actor's good. He is a good actor. He's in a lot of stuff. I mean, Die Hard 4 off the top of my head. But again, it's like, where's everyone else? Where's Michael Rooker? Norman Reedus, John Burfall. Andrew Lincoln.
Where are they?
That junkie that puts methadone in his fucking socks. But anyway, after the episode, I'm giving it a 2. I honestly... I remember watching it thinking, this is awful. And I'm sticking by that. It was horrendous.
Yeah, just wasn't very good. I mean... Episode 4, Zombie Apocalypse, man, and quite a few of the scenes were like Nick chilling in a fucking pool on a floatable, inflatable dinghy. It's like, what?
No, but you're supposed to care about this. Who could die right now and you'd care? No one. No one's likable. Travis is like we said, the only real good guy, but it's such a shitebag merchant.
I feel like this was a momentum killer, right? Because the first... Not that I think the first 3 episodes were great, right? But you feel like the action is beginning to build up, and then the end of episode 3, right, they're going to leave the house, they're going to make a break for it. Then episode 4 kind of just derails all that, and they go from, having to deal with the zombie apocalypse to being in a safe zone. And I thought it literally did derail the entire, pacing of the show.
And there was like a 9-day
time skip as well.
Skip. Which again, back to her leg. If her leg was seriously that injured, how is it not been affected after 10, 11
yeah,
days?
Because let's be honest, they were like, oh, we need to get her urgently to a hospital. But then 9 days later, she's still there, alright. It's like, which one is it? I don't know.
And then also, the fact the military showed up at the end of the last episode. What, no one looked at her leg in 9 days?
Time skips are lazy, especially at the start of a show.
Look, I know.
Time skip shouldn't be anywhere near the beginning of a show.
They shouldn't be, but I'm giving it a 2. What are you giving it?
God, how bad was it? I'll give it a... Free.
He's getting a free 2.5. Woo! Till next time. Peace.